welcome back to the lecture series on digital signal processing. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about discrete time Fourier transform. So here it is the learning outcomes of this lecture. After successful completion of this lecture, you will be able to understand the concepts of discrete time Fourier transform, and as well as you can apply the Fourier transform to the discrete time signals. You can apply the Fourier transform to the different type of discrete time signals. So coming to the discrete time Fourier transform. So as already we know that discrete time Fourier series. So here it is the discrete time Fourier series. It is only defined for periodic signals, but here it is not defined for aperiodic signals. So DFS is not applicable for aperiodic signals. So to carry frequency analysis, so we will compute discrete time Fourier transform. So where it is applicable for aperiodic signals. So it is defined for aperiodic signals. Okay. So we know that the Fourier series coefficient, Ck is equals to 1 by n, sigma n equals to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi kn by n. So from that x of n is equals to sigma k equals to 0 to n minus 1 Ck e power j 2 pi kn by capital N. So as n tends to infinity, see, so we know that n is period, a sampling period. Okay, so here n tends to infinity, the coefficients Ck will tends to 0. The coefficients Ck will tends to 0. So we define new Fourier coefficients in discrete time Fourier transform. So that is, so from this expression, here it is n into Ck is equal to sigma n equals to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e power minus j 2 pi kn by n. So from this one we can write it as n into Ck is equals to x of e power j 2 pi kn by n. So like the Fourier transform of e power j 2 pi kn by n. So let omega k is equals to 2 pi k by n, 2 pi k by n. So then it can be represented as n into Ck is equals to x of e power j omega k. X of e power j omega k. So here x of n is periodic with period capital N. So in case of aperiodic signals, n tends to infinity. So for periodic signals, it is the period is capital N. For aperiodic signals, that period will be tends to infinity. So here Ck is equals to, for over the period of n, 1 by n equals to minus n by 2 to n by 2 x of n e power minus j omega k into n. So that is Ck is equals to 1 by n sigma n equals to minus n by 2 to n by 2 x of n e power minus j omega k n. So omega k is equals to 2 by n into k. So as n tends to infinity, so there it is as n tends to infinity. So in case of aperiodic signals, because that period will be infinity for aperiodic signals. So x of e power j omega, that equation becomes x of e power j omega is equals to sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity, that is sigma n tends to minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n, e power minus j omega n. So as n tends to infinity, we know that 2 pi by n equals to 0. N tends to infinity, 2 pi by n equals to 0, and omega k, we know that 2 pi by n into k, it becomes continuous. So omega k, that is 2 pi by n into k, becomes continuous, and 2 pi by n can be written as d omega. 2 pi by n can be written as d omega. So x of n is equals to sigma k equals to 0 to n minus 1 over the period of n Ck e power j 2 pi k n by n. So here it is multiply and divide with 2 pi by n. Okay, so 1 by 2 pi and n. So n by 2 pi and 2 pi by n is, it is 1. So then sigma k equals to 0 to n minus 1 ck e power j 2 pi k n by n. So there is no change. Here it is multiplying and dividing with 2 pi by n. So next, as I have mentioned that here it is x of n is equals to, so it will be continuous. It will be continuous and it can be represented as 2 by n can be represented as d omega. This can be represented as d omega, right? So as we know that is 2 by n into k can be represented as omega, okay, because it is continuous. Now it is continuous. So here it is over the period of 0 to 2 pi. So final x of n is equals to 1 by 2 pi integral over 0 to 2 pi x of e power j omega and d omega. So this is the expression for dt of t of x of n. So discrete time Fourier transform. So the discrete time Fourier transform of x of n is x of e power j omega is equals to sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega. So here it is that we can call it as inverse dt of t. So inverse dt of t. X of e power j omega. Inverse dt of t of x of e power j omega. So there it is. These two are called as Fourier transform pair. Fourier transform pair, that is dt of t of x of n. Here it is idt of t of x of e power j omega. So these are the two expressions we have to remember for discrete time Fourier transforms. So here it is the properties of dt of t. Properties of dt of t. So first property will be linearity. So we know that the Fourier transform of x1 of n is x1 of e power j omega. Similarly, the Fourier transform of x2 of n is x2 of e power j omega. Then the Fourier transform of a1 x1 of n and plus a2 x2 of n is a1 x1 of e power j omega plus a2 x2 of e power j omega. That is linearity property. Next one will be periodicity. So we know that there we have seen the period, that is what 0 to 2 pi. So here it is the x of e power j omega will be having the period of the dt of t is always periodic with the period 2 pi. So here it is x of e power j omega is equals to x of e power j into omega plus 2 pi. So next, time shifting property. So you know that if the Fourier transform of x of n is x of e power j omega, then the Fourier transform of x of n minus k. The Fourier transform of x of n minus k is e power minus j omega k into x of e power j omega. So where k is an integer. So next property is frequency shifting property. So if the Fourier transform of x of n is x of e power j omega, then the Fourier transform of x of n into e power j omega naught is x of e power j into omega minus omega naught. So coming to the time reversal property, we know that if the Fourier transform of x of n is x of e power j omega, then the Fourier transform of x of minus n, because the time reversal of x of n is denoted by x of minus n. So the Fourier transform of x of minus n is x of e power minus j omega. Next, differentiation in frequency. Differentiation in frequency, see here. So differentiation in frequency, that property we know that the Fourier transform of x of n is x of e power j omega. Then the Fourier transform of n into x of n is j into d by d omega x of e power j omega. That is differentiation in frequency domain, that too in x of e power j omega. So next, convolution property, that is in time convolution. Convolution in time domain. Yes, already we know that convolution in time domain leads to multiplication in frequency domain. The same thing will happen here. So we know that the Fourier transform of x1 of n is x1 of e power j omega. Similarly, the Fourier transform of x2 of n is x2 of e power j omega. Next, the Fourier transform of this convoluted signals, that is x1 of n and x2 of n is x1 of e power j omega into x2 of e power j omega. See, convolution in time domain leads to multiplication in frequency domain. Okay. So next, frequency convolution property. So there it is, convolution in frequency domain. Here it is, convolution in frequency domain. So that will leads to that 1 by 2 pi integral over 0 to 2 pi x1 of e power j theta, x2 of e power j into omega minus theta d theta. So next, modulation property. Modulation property by using that frequency shifting property only. So here we know that the Fourier transform of x of n is x of e power j omega. Then the Fourier transform of x of n into cos omega naught n. The Fourier transform of x of n into cos omega naught n is 1 by 2 x of e power j omega plus omega naught plus x of e power j omega minus omega naught. So next one is Parseval's theorem. So here we can call it as energy spectral density. So we know that the Fourier transform of x of n is x of e power j omega. Then the energy spectral density, that is energy E sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity mod x of n square is equals to 1 by 2 pi integral over minus pi to pi x of e power j omega whole square d omega. And here it is the condition for existence of dt of t, that is the sufficient condition for existence of discrete time Fourier transform for any signal. So here it is the condition we have to see, that is mod x of omega is equals to, we know the expression for the Fourier transform of x of n, that is sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So for this existence, so sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity mod x of n should be a finite value, that is should be less than infinity. So this is the condition for existence of discrete time Fourier transform. So here it is the examples on this discrete time Fourier transform. So first one will be determine the dt of t of x of n is equals to a power n e of n. So where a is given as in the range of minus 1 to 1. So that is mod a less than 1. So mod a less than 1. So the sequence x of n is absolutely summable. So the sequence is, so in the finite range only. So it is absolutely summable. So we have to see that first existence. So sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity mod x of n. It is equals to, so sigma n equals to 0 to infinity, because here it is u of n is there. So that is defined only from 0 to infinity, that value is 1. So here n equals 0 to infinity mod a power n. So there it is already defined mod a less than 1. So from that expression it is 1 by 1 minus a. So it should be less than infinity only. It is a finite. So the Fourier transform of this given signal is existing. So now the Fourier transform x of omega is equals to sigma n equals to 0 to infinity. So because of that unit step function a power n e power minus j omega n, because x of n e power minus j omega n, in terms of x of n here it is a power n. So a power n into e power minus j omega n equals to sigma n equals to 0 to infinity. So a into e power minus j omega whole power n. So if you apply some values of n, then we can calculate the GP. There it is x of omega is equals to, it is the form of 1 by 1 minus a only. So there it is 1 by 1 minus a e power minus j omega. So where mod a e power minus j omega should be less than 1, at that time only it will be existed. Okay. So then a less than 1. So next one will be the Fourier transform for impulse function. The Fourier transform for impulse function. So we know that the Fourier transform for x of n is x of e power j omega is equal to sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So then it is the impulse function is only defined at n equals to 0. That too from that n equals to 0, it is 1. Okay. So the Fourier transform of unit impulse function is, the Fourier transform of unit impulse function is 1. So similarly, the Fourier transform of shifted unit impulse function, it is, so from the time shifting property, Fourier transform of del of n minus 1 is e power minus j omega Fourier transform of del of n. So the Fourier transform of del of n is 1. So then it will be the Fourier transform of del of n minus 1 is e power minus j omega. So next, here x of n is 1 for n equals to minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. And it is 0 otherwise. So it is x of n is defined from minus 2 to 2 and it is 1. So the remaining values, it is 0. Find dt of t. So find discrete time Fourier transform. So for this, the expression is x of e power j omega is equals to sigma n equals to minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j omega n. So here it is defined from minus 2 to plus 2 and it is 1 into e power minus j omega n. Then apply the values of n. So that is e power n is equals to minus 2, e power 2 j omega n equals to 1 plus e power j omega n equals to 0, it is 1. So n equals to 1, e power j minus j omega n equals to 2, e power minus 2 j omega. So this can be represented as these two terms. So cos 2 omega, and this can be represented as, so 2 cos omega. So these four terms 2 cos 2 omega, for these two terms 2 cos omega plus that is 1. So the Fourier transform for this one is x of e power j omega is equals to 1 plus 2 cos omega plus 2 cos 2 omega. So find the Fourier transform. Find the Fourier transform for x of n equals to 1 for 0 to n minus 1. So x of n equals to 1 for 0 to n minus 1 and 0 otherwise. So we have to find the Fourier transform. So we know that is x of omega is equals to, so here x of omega or x of e power j omega, both we can say, you can write as this. So x of e power j omega and x of omega you can write. So x of omega equals to sigma n equals to, what is the value? 0 to n minus 1. So n equals 0 to n minus 1 and it is 1. So e power minus j omega n. So for this one, sigma n equals to 0 to n minus 1, e power minus j omega whole power n. So apply values of n. So then for this one, gp will be 0 to n minus 1. Now here it is in the form of 1 minus a power n. It is in the form of 1 minus a. So there a is e power minus j omega. So it is in the form of 1 minus e power minus j omega n by 1 minus e power j omega. So if you further simplify, then take e power minus j omega n by 2 common here. Then it will be e power j omega n by 2 for this one. And here it is 1 more e power minus j omega 2 will be a remainder here it is. Similarly, in the denominator also take e power minus j omega by 2 common. So for that, so here it is 1. So to equate that one, we have to multiply with e power j omega by 2, and here it is e power minus j omega by 2 remainder is there. So for this one, e power, it is in the form of e power j theta minus e power minus j theta. So for that, we can write in the form of sine. So it is 2j sine omega n by 2. Similarly for denominator, 2j sine omega by 2. So here it is e power minus j omega n by 2 by e power minus j omega by 2. So it is e power minus j omega into n minus 1 by 2. So it is 2j sine omega n by 2 by 2j sine omega by 2. So here it is the expression. The Fourier transform for the given signal x of n equals to 1 for 0 to n minus 1, 0 otherwise. So coming to the system response, and we have to find the system function or transfer function for this Fourier transforms. So here it is, we know nth order LCCD. We know the nth order linear constant coefficient difference equation, that is y of n is equals to minus sigma k equals to 1 to n ak y of n minus k plus sigma k equals 0 to m bk x of n minus k, bk x of n minus k. So for this we have to find the system function. So see, apply dt of t on both sides. So apply dt of t on both sides. Then the Fourier transform representation of y of n is y of omega. Similarly, here it is, the Fourier transform of y of n minus k is like a time shifting property. So there it is, y of omega e power minus j omega k. Similarly here also time shifting property. So the Fourier transform of x of n minus k is x of omega e power minus j omega. So finally the expression will be y of omega equals to minus sigma k equals to 1 to n ak y of omega e power minus j omega k plus k equals to 0 to m bk x of omega e power minus j omega k. So separate y terms and x terms. So there it is, y of omega into 1 plus sigma k equals to 1 to n ak e power minus j omega k is equal to sigma k equals to 0 to m bk e power minus j omega k x of omega. So we know that the Fourier transform representations, there it is. So the transfer function definition, it is the ratio of the Fourier transform of output function to the Fourier transform of input function. There it is, the output function will be y of n, the input function will be x of n, and its a Fourier transform and its ratios are y of omega by x of omega. So y of omega by x of omega is nothing but h of omega, that is system function or transfer function. So it is h of omega equals to y of omega by x of omega, which is equals to sigma k equals to 0 to m bk e power minus j omega k by 1 plus sigma k equals to 1 to n ak e power minus j omega k. So this is the transfer function or system function for this LCCD, nth order LCCD in terms of Fourier transforms. These are the references followed for this lecture. Thank you.